What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 2 Expert. Oh yeah, guys. So, what I've been trying to do off camera here is I have been trying to make some more of the greenhouse glass so we can do more of our mystical agriculture stuff. We had, what was it, 2 stacks of the glass up above this farmland here, all the way up, and that looked kind of weird. And I ended up moving up all the way to build height and then come down to, I guess, Y128 or whatever, and like you could still see it. We needed a better place for it, so I ended up moving it to the ends near where our reactor is. Let's go over and take a look at it real quick. So you go over to our reactor as soon as this thing loads in. Okay, so yeah, you can see we have some of this greenhouse glass over here, 2 stacks above each crop. Yeah, and down here we currently have our rubies going. I made nature seeds. We have our dragon egg seeds going, and we have awakened draconium. Now, both of these two have speed upgrades in here. We have the 8 in there. These two over here have none, so they're going a little bit slower. They can only go as fast as it wants to right click. And then we have our ender chest here with the advanced item collector on a radius of 6, collecting these items, and the source block right here is hydrating it. We're all the way down as far to the Y level as we can go. You can see the minimap says Y0, and that's where this awakened draconium and the dragon egg crux blocks are sitting. Now, the reason why I want to do this all the way down here is in case we wanted to put these greenhouse glass all the way to build limit, we have that option. I'm not sure if we're going to do that or not to get these things sped up, but either way, we needed a spot for these plants to be growing. So I decided, you know what, the end, as we saw, is always daytime because our deuterium is being created from whatever this block is called, a solar neutron activator, which only works during daylight. So yeah, I figured this would probably be a good place to put these plants. Anyway, so long story short, I'm trying to make more of the greenhouse glass, and in order to make more of that, you need blue slime. So instead of making a blue slime spawner, what I was thinking that we were going to do is something similar to what we've done for our pink slime over here, where 9 pink slime will turn into one of these green blocks. Same thing with the blue slime. 9 blue slime turn into one of these vanilla green slime blocks. So if you put in the green slime block, 9 green slime, right, you can pull out 9 of these blue slimes. So I decided that I would go farm up 1. We'll put it into our storage drawer here, a compacting drawer, lock it, and then we can just pump in the green slime whenever we want the blue slime. Same for the pink, right? So that was the idea. So now what we're doing is we're taking cactus, which we have like 80,000 of in our applied energistic system. Well, 79,000 now because I've already converted some of that. But yeah, we're taking that cactus and we're dropping it over here into this mana pool, which has the catalyst thing below it, alchemy catalyst maybe, and that converts the cactus into green slime. If I grab one of these and I drop it in here, you can see that happen. Yep, we get ourselves a green slime. So anyway, I'm trying to take a whole bunch of mana from Botania, and I am trying to convert that into slime, and we keep running out because we don't have any mana storage. We have this thing right here, but we aren't storing it in like large quantities anywhere. I would like to set up a bunch of mana pools over here to store, maybe like a 5x5 or something like that. I don't know yet. Anyway, so in order to store mana, we need mana pools. These guys, right? So white petal block, light gray petal block, some living rock, dilute mana pool, and then a rock crystal. The dilute is just some light blue dye and more living rock. That's not really a big deal. Rock crystal, however, we don't really have a way to get rock crystals. So I was looking at making rock crystal seeds. We need that with the mineralist ritual here. And then supremium ingots, our tier 5 crafting, blocks of supremium, some tier 4 essence. And then if you look at the recipe for this rock crystal, and if we come in here and we look at these, it says celestial crystals, and if you press shift on it, it says they have to be size 900 and 100% purity and cutting. Well, at least that's what displays when you press shift. I was just testing this a minute ago, and no, they don't have to be any good. That just as long as they're celestial crystals. Yep. So that seems to work. I do have some in here with high purity because I've been duplicating them. I don't have any of the crappy ones left. But anyway, I wanted to save this for when you guys were around. So let's go ahead and start this ritual up. Do I not have a wand in my pouch? I'm not... Oh, it's right here. Found it. Okay. So yeah, we can go ahead and do that. It doesn't have the best crystals in there, but it does have some of my 100% purity ones. Anyway, so this thing should finish up. We should be able to make rock crystals, which is going to be nice because then we can make a whole bunch more of the celestial crystals, or we can use the rock crystals for what I want to do, making mana pools and things like that without having to go out in the world and hunt them down. I think that's just going to make a lot more sense, especially since we can grow these crops quite quickly. And this thing's taking a minute. Does this normally take 3 hours? Let me... Can I boop that a couple times? Does that go faster? Oh, that's right. We need another star. That's why it's taking so long. We'll just go ahead and drop one of those guys right here. Hopefully that'll finish up. I'm sitting here looking at this thing and talking and not looking over here. There we go. There is our rock crystal seed. Cool. So this thing, if we look at the uses, I do not believe it requires a crux underneath it. This is just a tier 5 seed. So we can make ourselves some more of the greenhouse glass. We need to get 128 to match what we're currently doing. And all that's auto-craftable, so we'll just go ahead and tell the system to craft that all up. Yep. So we'll get ourselves the greenhouse glass now that we have plenty of this congealed blue slime block. It would make a lot of sense for us to hook up the blue slime generation to be automated, and we can do that. We'll look at doing that here in a little bit, but first things first, let's go ahead and get this stuff situated. So it looks like our greenhouse glass is done. Okay, so we have that. We need to get ourselves a mechanical user. One of these. That takes a little bit of time to auto-craft, but that is all auto-craftable. Okay, so we have another one of those. And then we need a piece of dirt to get that all going. Yeah. So if we go to our reactor one more time, we should be able to get this thing all hooked up. Let's go here. And all the way down here. Awesome. So I've been using the mattock, right, like so, and our dirt. That's not dirt, that's dirt. Okay, let's do this. Right click it. Mechanical user. We'll place our seed. And then we will use our wand. And then we place 128 of those blocks all the way up there. So now we have this guy here. So now we just need to set this thing to activate block with item. And we should start getting that in the system. Now I'm going to turn this to redstone on. And I don't have a way to warp out of here, so I've been flying up and using our warp that's up here to get back to the base. So we have a couple of those essences. I don't want to just collect a whole bunch of those in the system into our applied energistics. I do want to store those somewhere, so that's this rock crystal essence. So the dragon egg and the awakened draconium, we have some drawers down here that we haven't been using over around on this side. Yeah, so we have ruby essence right here, awakened draconium, let's see, nature essence, and dragon egg essence. So this is as far as our drawers will allow us to go from this one drawer controller. I guess I could move it. Well, I guess even if I do move that, that's not going to allow us to go back further. This last drawer is 12 blocks away from, I guess, this block right here. So yeah, we can't really go further away. We could add in more drawers or another controller or something, but anyway, I need to get myself a new drawer here in order to do anything. So let's grab that. We'll grab a void upgrade and then some of the emerald, whatever these things are, the 6 of them. Yeah, I think that's what we need. Okay, so drawer, essence, void, spam those upgrades. That should be full. Yeah, we are good. Now we need to key that, and then we got to stick it somewhere. I guess we can open up a spot like right here. That should be fine. So we can just pop this out. And then we should be able to put this guy in there. Oh, can you not? I was going to try and carry on that. So we need cardboard box. What the heck is going on here? I like right clicked it on there. Oh yeah, I guess you can't cardboard box these things. So what have we been doing in the past? I know I've done something. I guess we were using the packing. Yeah, we must have been using the packing tape. The item that is made from the drawers mod in order to like move these things around. Okay, so there's that. Where'd it goes? Right here. All right, now if we place that there, yeah, I guess we want to conceal that so we're not displaying the icon anymore. Try and help with the frame rate as much as possible. Frame rate seems to be going worse and worse in this mod pack. I don't know if you guys can tell on the video or not, but I've been trying to do things as much as possible to lighten the frame rate. But yeah, I mean, we have like all of our mods in this one base here instead of spreading it out, so there's not much you can do with that. But anyway, we now have a way to store these things so we can go back to the end dimension and turn that thing on so it's just collecting all the time. Yep, and then we should be able to start doing some stuff with that, making some of the rock ore and collecting some of the rock crystals. Now, I don't think we need that thing sped up any, but we are definitely going to want these things sped up at some point in the future. So that was one of the reasons for this nature essence over here. The nature seeds. Nature essence has a lot of uses. You can, make grass and mycelium and vines. We could get rid of our pumpkin cloche and just make pumpkins directly out of the nature essence if we wanted to. Cactus, we can get rid of all the cactus in our ME system and make it out of this. So like there's a lot of uses that we can do with this, but specifically apples, we can craft with that. And the reason why we want apples is the upgrade speed from Extra Utilities 2 requires us to have apples. 16 apples plus a lapis makes 16 magical apples. And you need those magical apples to make the upgrade speed magical. Yep. Anyway, so that's the reason why we have the nature essence. Yeah, now the rock crystals, we should be able to turn those into ores and fortune those, get some of the rock crystals out of it, and make more mana pools so we can start storing more mana. I think that's going to be really good. All right, guys, so I went ahead and I added in a bunch more mana pools here. So we have 16 down here, and then we have 3 more over here. The way this is working is these mana pools, including the ones on the portal, all have a dominant spark augment upgrade on them. So this one right here, this is our mana generation. This has a recessive. This will push mana from this mana pool to any unmarked mana pools. So these 16 pools right here don't have any spark upgrades on them. So this is pushing the mana over here. Now unmarked mana pools can push mana to dominant marked sparked augmented mana pools. So yeah, so essentially our mana generation is going to our battery, and our battery is sending mana to our other pools over here. Yep, that's what we got going on. I did go ahead and make the alchemy or the conjuration catalyst, this one. That did complete a Botania quest. I was looking at the uses for this. There's not a whole lot of uses. You can duplicate redstone and glowstone, nether quartz, coal, snowballs, netherrack, some other various things, leaves, side gems, side dust, things like that, and then the ebony substance and ivory substance. So there's not a lot of uses for this, but I figured, you know what, we might as well just go ahead and do that. And then this other pool right here, this we can use for anything else we need to drop into a mana pool that doesn't require the alchemy catalyst or the conjuration. And we can also use this mana pool for crafting stuff on our runic altar. So I think it makes sense just like that. So anyway, eventually these 16 mana pools will fill up. Yeah, and then we'll have a large amount of mana storage, and then we'll be able to do all the things that we need to do as far as Botania goes, including making a lot of cactus into slime balls and other such things like that. But yeah, we'll take a while for all 16 of these things to fill up. Anyway, so wood seeds were another thing that I wanted to grow at our essence thing, our farm in the end. So that's another thing. I don't remember, we made some other seeds as well. What other ones do we have here that we could take a look at? The dye seeds, that might be pretty useful. Nether quartz seeds, probably useful. Uranium seeds, not so useful anymore, are they? What can we do with uranium that we would need uranium seeds for? I mean, we were using uranium a lot for our extreme reactor, and we got quite a lot of the ore saved up, but yeah, I don't really see a need for the seeds anymore since we switched over to our other reactor. So that might not be one that we set up. Wood seeds, however, whoops. I want to see the uses on that. Press U. The wood seeds, if we look, yeah, turn into the wood essence, and that can turn into all sorts of different types of wood, so we never will have to farm again, and it turns into the saplings, which is kind of nice. Yeah, the sapling recipe would be good for making more of the greenhouse glass, because you do need the saplings in order to craft those, and the saplings that the saplings that I've been using have been like eucalyptus saplings, which is kind of weird, but the reason why I was using those is because you can purchase those from the market NPC for 1 emerald per sapling. Vanilla oak saplings cost 3 emeralds per, and seemed a lot more efficient to do the other ones. But if we can just get the oak saplings directly from essence, I think that makes the most sense. So I think I will go ahead and set the wood essence or the wood seeds up. Dye seeds, not as necessary, but that could still be useful. And then the nether quartz seeds for building and other such nether quartz uses. So we got 3 more different drawers we need to get hooked up. So I'm going to start working on that next. All right, guys, so I was just kind of thinking about automating slime balls and other such things that we want to do. Yeah, so we have an open crate, which can drop an item into a mana pool, and then we can collect items. But the trick is to get items into the open crate. Now, one of the mana pools we have here doesn't have the Conjuration or the Alchemy Catalyst underneath it, and the other 2 do, so we kind of need 3 of these open crates if we're going to automate all 3 of these. An open crate is made with living wood planks. That's not that bad. Living wood, do actually. I wasn't sure if we had these or not. Okay, so yeah, we'll just go ahead and make 2 more of these guys, and then we need some kind of placeholder between these. And then we can do this and that. Okay, we can get rid of these guys like so. Cool. So now we have open crates above these different mana pools, and these things can have items pumped into them. And when it gets an item, it just drops it straight down. Do we have a hopper? Can we try that? Let's try doing a Conjuration Catalyst recipe. Now this one might not be as good as the other ones. Like we do a redstone. Redstone dust will get duplicated, but then it'll land in the mana pool and it'll duplicate itself over and over again. So this might not be one of the best things to happen, or it could, you know, jump out like that. So maybe if it jumps out, that would be better, but I don't know if there's a way that you can get it to make sure that it jumps out. I think sometimes it'll just land back in the pool. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, anything that the open crate gets, it just drops immediately downwards. So we could put some interfaces up here and run some ME cables, or we could leave them kind of floaty up here and magically put items into it using the phantom face. Phantom face, yeah, these are kind of cool. These you can remotely connect to another block. So you can have them hidden underneath the floor, for instance, and they will connect to whatever you have them linked to. You can read about it in the Actually Editions manual. It actually has some good information. There's ways that you can put liquid into blocks. There's energy phantom faces. And there is also, I was looking at this just a minute ago, actually face. Yeah, there's the phantom face, the liquid face, the energy face, and then redstone. So yeah, you can connect to redstone as well. But yeah, we're only concerned about the phantom face here. So let's try and connect one of these things up real quick. So a phantom face requires a block of ender pearl. So that's just 4 pearls. And then it requires a chest or a trapped chest. Do we not have any chests in here? I guess not. Go ahead and craft up like 10 of those. And then we need an advanced coil. We will craft up, well, I'm going to craft up 3 of these because I'm sure we're going to have these things all connected eventually. So there is at least one of them. All right, so here's a phantom face. Now, we also need to make, I think it was just showing here in the manual. I think it was called like a linker or something. This thing, a phantom connector. So phantom connector, and this guy here. So 2 pearls, 2 eyes of ender. Go ahead and craft these guys up, and then a stick is what it looked like. Apparently we don't have any sticks in the system, so we will craft up some of those as well. Eventually. There they are. Okay, so here is a phantom connector. Cool. So phantom face let's put this underneath the correct one. So we're going to do this one for now, I think. And then we have these available if we want to hook up these other two later. So yeah, this is the one that we're looking for. And I'm just going to put this right here. So it goes range 16. So I think what you have to do is shift right click on this. Maybe just right click. Does it show? Or maybe it's the other way. Shift right click. Block stored. Okay, and then right click. Shift right click. There we go. So shift right click on the block that you want to connect to, and then shift right click onto this block. Okay. So now all we gotta do is pipe items into it. So for instance, we can use this hopper one more time, and we want to put a cactus in there to make a slime ball. So let's put a cactus in here. Well, you can hear something happen, so we should see a green slime ball up here. Perfect. All right, so we have that figured out. Now the next step is we need to get ourselves, an interface up here that says 1 cactus equals 1 slime ball, but then we need a way to collect those items back. So I think we'll do another advanced item collector. But we don't want this thing collecting every item that can potentially fall. We're going to want that thing to only collect what we are specifying. So go back into here. So there's a regular collector and then the advanced one. Cool. So now we need an interface. And then this is from random things. Filter. We want an item filter. Yeah. So we can specify that we only want this thing to collect slime balls by putting a slime ball in this filter and putting the filter into the advanced item collector. Okay. So check metadata. Ignore. That's, yeah, I think this is fine just by default on all of these settings. So then we could just put this guy here, and then we'll put the item collector, I guess, on this side. Doesn't really matter. Y radius will bring up a little bit. X, you know, I think 3 is probably fine searching around it. Y radius go up 6, and then we put this filter in here. So that's only ever going to collect these slime balls. Okay, so I think that's pretty much good. So now we just need to go over to our applied energistic system and make a pattern that says 1 cactus equals 1 slime ball, put it into that interface, and then connect it up to our applied energistic system. So if we do this button, grab a cactus, grab this, one of these, one of those. Cool. So now we just have to put that over there, connect up all of our wiring, and we should be good to go. All right, guys, so we should be able to check this happening now. If we go in here, we request a slime. Say, well, actually, let's request like 100 slime. So 100 cactus is going to turn into 100 slime balls. Let's do that. Oh, man. It's happening. All right, so if we come in here, craft is complete. So we should now have 100 more slime balls than where we started. That's fantastic. So we can apply this for every single other recipe that there is. So let's take a look at the, is that the alchemy? The alchemy catalyst? This thing. So the Manna Infusion. So we can do a whole bunch of different things like that. We can convert different saplings if we wanted to. Some of these recipes don't make a lot of sense for us in this mod pack, but it's kind of cool that we could do some of these different things if we wanted to. So like nether warts out of blaze rods or whatever. Is there anything else in here? Yeah, so cactus turns into a slime. Wool can turn into 3 string. We can make ender pearls out of gas tears, and I think you can do the reverse. I'm not actually sure if that's correct or not. Probably not, actually. So yeah, there's a few different recipes that we could do, but the only one that looks like that we are really that concerned about, yep, is the one that we just got hooked up. So that's pretty cool. Now, if anything else needs to be done, like if we want to make mana powder, we want to do mana pearls, those kinds of things, we'll use this mana pool. And then, as we saw before, other things that we can use in the Conjuration Catalyst to duplicate. All right, guys, so for the Botania thing over there, I have hooked up, so we are able to do mana diamonds, mana steel, mana powder, and mana pearls. So all 4 of those are able to be done out of this middle one. We have the item collection going. I've tested it. It seems to work just fine. So if you want to make a mana pearl, for instance, like 3 of them, it'll just go ahead and drop them down there. They get collected, and then the recipe is now complete, just like we did the other one. So I was about to continue on here. The Awaken cores, we were gonna make an Awaken core so we can do a dimension builder, right? It does require some stuff here, and we're not gonna be able to do it because it's Infinity Catalyst. We can't do it right away anyway, but we can start working towards this. But the dimension builder, I was just looking at this, requires the Awaken core, and the Awaken core requires 4 of these Wyvern cores, and a Wyvern core, well, I guess 4 of them if we try and craft this. Looks like we have everything except for the fluorite and the rhodochrosite, ruby and peridot. Anyway, so I was looking in our system here, and we do have enough peridot to turn into this fluorite, but we aren't collecting the stuff automatically, so we need to make seeds out of it. So we should be able to do it right here. Yeah, this is a tier 4 seed, so we don't even need this in here, but I've left it from the previous. But yeah, so it requires 4 blocks of peridot, some tier 3 essence, the 4 blocks of superium, and then a tier 4 seed. Yep, so we'll craft up another one of those, and I'll get that all hooked up in our end dimension to go along with the others, and we'll start collecting the stuff automatically, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, we do have more peridot ore here, which I was just about to put down in Fortune. This will be probably the last time we have to manually harvest this stuff and then fortune it, because the essence turns directly into the peridot gems themselves. So anyway, there is 38 more of that stuff, and if we search for it, we have 16. Is that enough? 54? I don't remember. Wyvern, that might not be enough. Might just barely not be enough. We needed 43, so we're good, we're good. So we just need to come over here and put this in front of the laser, and then we should be good. But one of the things that we are going to have to do, game just froze, there it is get this laser automated. Like every time we've had to use the atomic reconstructor, I've been doing it manually. Oh, I didn't do all of them. I guess that costs a little bit of extra power. Yeah, so what we need to do is get this thing hooked up to be automated. Now, you can do that by putting it onto a redstone mode pulse, right? Have the items drop onto a pressure plate, and have that pressure plate turn on some kind of a redstone pulsar. So the redstone plate always puts out a redstone signal if there's an item on it. And then if that gives an item like a pulsar over here, a timer or something like that, a redstone signal, then it will tell this thing, hey, keep pulsing every 5 seconds or something until there's nothing left on the plate, right? That's kind of what we want to do, and that's something that we will have to hook up here in the future to automate all of that stuff completely. We are going to need some ruby ore turned into the whatever other stuff that is the rose something. Anyway, so yeah, we can just do a few rubies at a time. I kind of wish that you could upgrade the atomic reconstructor, give it more power so it could do more items at a time, but I don't think it's possible to do that, unfortunately. Anyway, so now if we want to do the Wyvern cores, if we want to do 4 of those, we should be good to go at this point. I think we got everything. It's just going to take a minute for all the crafting. Looks like we're spawning in some wither bosses for this. That's another thing we should do, is look at the Nether Star seed and completely bypass the fact that we need to spawn in wither bosses. Yeah, so we can do that, but we need 5 blocks of nether stars, it looks like. And I think you need a nether star crux, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so we are going to need 5 blocks of nether stars, plus an additional 2, plus withering souls, which we should have. Yeah, we have 141 of those from killing the wither bosses all these different times. So that might be another one we should hook up. So if we take a look at greenhouse glass, we have 128 for our peridot seeds. Let's go ahead and, let's go ahead and make up another 128 for the nether stars that we are going to be doing here in the near future. So yeah, those will go ahead and process and do its thing and make all of the empowered palace. Okay, well, it looks like it's going to be a little bit of time for all of this stuff to craft up. So I'm going to go ahead and wait for this to finish. I'll probably, yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and just do some nether stars while we are in the waiting period here. How about 40 more? Is that enough? Actually, we might need more than that. Let's do 100. All right, guys, so I went ahead and I made the Nether Star seeds and I hooked them up like we've hooked up all of our other seeds. I figured I'd just do that off camera since we've already seen that before. So this is everything that we need to make an Awaken core. Yep, we're able to do this now. So the longest part of this is probably going to be just charging it up, and then we can use the time in a bottle here to speed up the actual crafting process. We need to figure out how to get this to go faster. So anyway, we'll speed that up just a little bit here, and there it is, an Awaken core. Oh yeah, so that should complete a quest, I believe. Yes. So I was looking, there is a quest for Awaken core here. Crafting component, but it can also be used to make Tinker's construct tools. So yeah, if we wanted to make a Awaken sword blade, that's why we had this in here originally, the premium paper cleaver, so I could upgrade it, and I've been putting it off. Yeah, so to do the Awaken cleaver, we would need, I think, 8 of these Awaken cores. It's a little expensive. Let's take a look at it. So if I put this here and I put this, no, we need to do this in the part builder, my mistake, yeah. So we do that here. It says that's worth 1. I think you need 8 of those. Material cost 8. So we need 7 more of those if we're going to do an Awakened cleaver blade. I kind of want to do that. It's a little expensive, but that might be something that we work towards. All this stuff is things that we can work on, right? I'm sorry, it's stuff that we can craft at this point. So that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and claim some of these loot chests. We'll get these things all knocked out. It looks like the next thing in the list here, though, is to upgrade to the Draconic Fusion crafting injector. So that'll be something that we'll have to do here pretty soon. And claim that one. I think that was all of them. Yeah, and then we also had Botania one here that we got earlier, that Conjuration Catalyst. So we'll claim that one too. All right, so let's pop these and see if we get anything. A chemical thrower, ice, chiseled ice, a damaged trap. I don't think we're going to be using those. We're a little bit beyond needing something like that. Oak bookshelf, rainbow, interesting. Oh, that's from Chisel. Okay. So that says Enchanting Power 1.0. That reminds me, over here, I did put down 2 blocks of Awakened Draconium by our enchanter. These, if you look at them, say Enchanting Power 12. So 2 of these is more than enough to get to level 30 enchanting. What does it say in X here? There it goes. Yeah, recognize the block now. Yeah, so one of those, I think, placed down near an enchantment table, gives you 24 levels. 2 of them is 30. But yeah, that's overkill. You could probably get away with one of those and like 2 bookshelves or 3 bookshelves or whatever. Flux Infused Battle Wrench. Okay, so you can use it as a wrench. You can also use it as a weapon. Not something we're going to be using, I don't think, at all. But yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here for today, guys. Yeah, we finally got ourselves the Awaken core, which is pretty awesome. That's one step closer to what we're trying to get to for the Dimension Builder. But yeah, that Dimension Builder, as we saw, is a little bit more expensive. It does require some other things, which we can't quite do now, or can't quite do yet. But anyway, this will get us one step closer to being able to do it. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.